everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Andrea and I am here today with my 5th update for Beauty A to Z. I'm doing the all eyeshadow edition along with several other ladies who I will have linked down below. This is a Fantastic Ladies group collab. Oh my gosh. I think it was created by Jessica and Amanda, but it might have been just Jessica. I don't know. I know Jessica was involved somehow, so. Nathaniel. You hear like some banging or tapping. It's Nathaniel. So the premise of this project is to take the letters of the alphabet and to correspond a product to every letter. I decided I was going to do it with all eyeshadows this year because that's just what I do. So this is 2 months of progress because I didn't update it last month. I believe so far I've hit pan in 2 shadows and completely finished another one. But I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, this is going to be a not very exciting update because I only have 1 pan to show for 2 months. But we'll get into it anyway. I'm going to start. Most of the pans are magnetic and they're in here, but there are a couple that are in their own compact. Like I have a couple Super Shocks, so I'm going to go through those really quick. And I'm just going to give you total number of uses, not like how many times I used it the past 2 months, plus how many times I used it before, then the total. Like, I'm not going to give you all that stuff. Just the number of uses total since the beginning of the year. So, the letter I is I Like You from ColourPop, and I've used it twice. This is getting a little, it's not totally dried out, but it's getting there. But this is actually, I feel like when these ultra glitter shadows start drying up a little bit, they actually work really well in the crease and transition as opposed to like trying to get it all over the lid. So I'm going to try and use this a little bit more as a transition color just to see if I can get a little more use on it other than, using it 2 times the whole year. The next is for L. This is Lala from ColourPop, and I've used it 3 times. It's very reflective, so I'm not sure if that's really like the beginnings of the nubbin in there or just what, but I'm still a long way from pan on that one. Then I have this loose shadow from Terra Moons in Queen's Court. I've used this a total of 4 times. I think I said I just wanted, I had a goal of using this 30 times. I'm not trying to use it up or anything because that's not going to happen. I'm also probably not going to hit my 30 use goal on that, but that's fine. And then finally, this was the shade I Have a Headache. This was the shade I Have a Head. Why can I not say that word? This was the shade I Have a Headache from NYX. It was just a matte cream. So once I finished it, I decanted my Stila Glitter and Glow in Wanderlust into here. I have used, between being in this packaging and in its original little tube, I've used Wanderlust 18 times. And I am nowhere near finishing it. So there's that. I'm sure nobody is surprised. You all know how I pan things by now. So of the 21 shades that were magnetic that I had left, this is what my palette is looking like. And I don't know, as you can see, this is the one shade that I've hit pan in. But I'm going to go through everything in order. So I think Misty and Leah do it this way where they just take a picture of their palette and insert it while they talk about their uses. So that's what I'm going to do instead of holding this up while I talk about things because it's just easier. So first is Abrasion from Cleona, and I've used that a total of 3 times. Next is Baby Lights by ColourPop. I've used that a total of 3. Caitlin Rose from Makeup Geek. I've used that a total of 7. Dark Matter from Terra Moons. I've used that a total of once. Earthshine from ColourPop 3 times. Fair Play from ColourPop 19 times. Then on the next row we have the shade Gali from Face Glaze Beauty. I've used that 3 times. Then Habanero from Looksy Beauty, I've used that 22 times. Jackpot from Copacetic Cosmetics, I've used twice. Kaleidoscope from Cleona, I've used 15 times. M51 from Terra Moons, I've used 4 times. Nakarat from Divina, I've used 3 times. Then onto the next row, we've got Ocean's Daughter from Touch of Glam. I've used that 3 times. Radiation from Terra Moons, I've used that 7. Salamander from Cleona, I've used twice. Tangerine from Sydney Grace, I've used 16 times. UFO from Terra Moons, I've used 4 times. Vicious from Divina, I've used 5. X-Ray from Terra Moons, I've used 16 times, and that's how many times it took me to hit pan from the beginning of this project. I did have use on it before putting it into this project. The next one is hashtag It's a Boy from Sydney Grace. I have 24 uses on that. And then lastly, we have 0 from Pretties for Your Face, and I have used that 8 times. And so I will try to show you a close-up of a few of these. So first, I'll show you some of the mattes, because mattes in general usually, and I'm chewing gum, and I'm sorry if that bothers you, but you know what? I need it, so I'm chewing it. I'm trying not to be too obnoxious about it. The first, wait, what was I saying before? My gum tangent. So mattes in general usually take longer, and the mattes that I have in here are so tightly pressed that they're barely starting to form dips after using them. I've used most of them between the 20 and like 19 to 25-ish mark, somewhere around there. So first from ColourPop, this is the shade Fair Play. I've used this one 19 times in this project, and hopefully you can kind of see that baby little dip right there. That's after 19 times. He's happy, so can't really complain. Habanero, I've used this one 22 times. And I actually had this in Pan Those Eyeshadows, I think last year. I don't remember how many uses I got on it, but it had several uses on it. Like you can barely see a dip forming in this. It's insane. And then this one, I think it's showing use, and then I'm looking at it now and I'm like, that barely looks touched. This is hashtag It's a Boy by Sydney Grace. It's so dark, I don't even know if you'll be able to see the dip. How many times have I used this one, did I say? 24 times. And most of the time I'm using, not a pointed brush, but I'm using a pretty small blending brush to put it on my outer corner, and it's just like there's the tiniest little nothing there. So here is the shade that I hit pan on. It's really weird. There's like a shelf, so the pan is a little bit hidden, but there you can see it. So this is the X-Ray shade from Terra Moons for the letter X, obviously. This is a really pretty shade. So now I'm down to 24 shadows that I'm working on. This project is not going so hot for me. I kind of knew this is how it was gonna shake out, but that's fine. It's, even though my goal is, like, obviously I would like to hit pan on things, but part of the reason I wanted to do this all eyeshadows is I've got so many eyeshadows, and specifically so many singles that just don't get used throughout the year. So even if I don't hit a ton of pans, like I've used all of the shades at least one time, and that's more than some of them have gotten in their time that they've been in my collection, so I'm really not complaining that much. And then the next 2 shades that I think I will hit pan in if I make a little more of an effort. I mean, this is still quite a ways away, I think, but this is Kaleidoscope from Cleona, and I hope you can see the dip that's forming in there. Like, I've got 15 uses on this one, and these pans are, when they're full, it's slightly raised, and there's like a beveled edge all the way around, so it's not like a flat pan, like a normal circle pan of eyeshadow. Like, these are actually overfilled a little bit to give it that beveled edge. So these are a little more work, but this one is so, I'm going to swatch it just because this one is so pretty. It's like, it's pink, but look at that. You can see the pink, and then you can see the reflect, and it's sheer enough where I can really, I wish I had taken a picture of my look yesterday, because I had this shade from Divina Nacarat all over the lid. Then I had abrasion in the outer corner, and this like in basically covering most of the rest of Nacarat, but it was so sheer. It just had that blue sheen and sparkle to it, but you could still see the orangey red shift from Nacarat underneath, and then there was like a purple shift with abrasion on the end. Oh my gosh, it was so pretty. So I think, it probably not next month, but I think I will have pan in that one before the end of the project. Then the other one that I'm most likely to hit pan on next is this shade from Pretties for Your Face in Zero. I'm trying to think of how to say this so I'm not sounding like spoiled, or did I have lip gloss all over my teeth? I can't tell, probably. I'm trying to figure out how to say this so I don't sound like bratty, I guess. I don't know. I know they're a small indie brand, so their pressing jobs aren't the best. Let's just call a spade a spade. I'm not saying their shadows are bad or anything like that, but it is a small indie brand. They're not on the scale of like Terra Moons or Divina or whatever. So they're like hand pressing things, and the pressing is very uneven. So this one, I've got a pretty good I've got a pretty good dip going on in this one. I use this mostly as an inner corner shade. I actually have it as an inner corner shade today. So this is the most likely next one to have pan in it. But yeah, that is my progress for 2 months. Not great. And today, I don't know if you can tell, we were outside for 4th of July, and it is so freaking hot. So my eye makeup melted a little bit. It usually doesn't look this bad in the crease, but I have, what do I have on? I have Tangerine in my transition area. Then I have hashtag It's a Boy in my crease and my outer corner. And then I did a halo eye. So this is Ocean's Daughter. I have this on the inner and outer corners. And then I have Golly by Face Glaze Beauty tapped over the middle of the lid. And then I have Zero as my inner corner highlight. I have a different shade as my lower lash line from a different palette, but yeah. And I have decided, usually I combine Project Level Up with this update. I will continue to do that, but I'm only going to do that when I actually have progress to show. Because once again, I still don't have pan on my level 1 eyeshadow palette. It's ridiculous. I know. Still, whatever. But I'm already a day late uploading this. I've already missed last month, so I just wanted to do this kind of slapdash really quick. This might not be my best video, but what are you going to do? They can't all be winners, you know? So anyway, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're staying safe and sane and healthy. Please be drinking and using fireworks responsibly. And I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.